Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you the most OP level 20 fighter build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. So we're just going to be using base game classes here with the level 20 mod. This is pretty powerful. We're going to be combining multiple things here to make us not only very defensive, but also incredible Nova damage. So we're going to start here with the fighter because we get heavy armor proficiency and the ability to get constitution saving throw proficiency, which is not a huge deal because we're not going to be casting spells, but we get the second wind and a fighting style. Now, great weapon fighting can be really nice, but we're going to get quite a few feats, so defense for the +1 armor class is also a really great choice, so we're going to go with that there. Now, for our ability scores, it would make sense to go high in dexterity or into strength, so you can go something like this for our stats. However, there's a few different ways we can go about doing this. I think it's actually best to go all in on our dexterity here, so putting that up to 16. We're going to use strength potions, but if you don't want to, you can keep your strength relatively high, as strength potions will give us the maximum amount of damage output by a long shot, and also having a good amount of constitution is going to be important too, so something like that. However, you can use the constitution amulet, you can use the strength gauntlets, you can use strength potions, like there's multiple ways to circumvent this, but high dexterity is going to give us a high armor class, and you're going to see why this is important in a moment. So we can also go with like 14 strength, 16 dexterity, and 16 constitution. You can put stats there if you'd like, but this is going to be pretty powerful. Now, we're going to go through the full leveling guide, and then I'll show off what gear to choose, and then I'll also show off some combat to show how powerful this can be. I am just using modded armor, but I'll show you obviously base game armor too. Level 2, we get Action Surge. That's usual. Very nice ability that gives us even further burst damage. Now, I do have mods here that gives us a bunch of different subclasses for the fighter, which are really fun, but we're just going to stick with the Battlemaster, the classic Battlemaster, because something like Riposte is really useful, giving additional damage and our ability to weaponize our reaction, so we deal additional 1d8 and eventually 1d10 damage. I also like Menacing Attack. This one will frighten the target, which is really nice. And then also another good one is like the Trip Attack, so knocking a target prone can be extremely useful. Sweep Attack, not good. It only uses your ability die there for extra damage. Distracting can be good, but Disarming Strike is probably the second best one here, dropping their weapon and dealing the additional damage. So we're going to go with those three there. Disarming Attack's nice because you can just pick up their weapon, they become a lot weaker. Level 4, we get our first feat, and this is where we want to take our dexterity up. That just makes us a lot more agile. You can also alternatively take up your strength. Level 5, extra attack. That's just another big power spike for us. And then at level 6, we get ourselves another feat. So here you can take alert if you want that +5 to initiative and can't be surprised. Also, the Savage Attacker, rerolling your damage die twice using the highest result, is flat out increase to our damage. Also, we can take dexterity or strength up to 20 just for maximum survivability's sake. And at level 7 we get some more superiority die, and we get to choose 2 more fighting styles. Rally's nice because this can't be counterspelled and you can pick up your downed allies with this, so that's really nice. Trip Attack again is pretty useful. You can set up prone for your team, so that is also pretty decent. Now at level 8 we get ourselves another feat, so again, alert, Savage Attacker, or we can take another ability score improvement and take up another stat. I'm gonna go with the Savage Attacker here because I just think that makes this the strongest version of this. Alert is also really nice though for the +5 initiative, but being able to reroll your damage die is pretty huge. At level 9 we get ourselves Indomitable, become as durable as an iron golem. Whenever you fail a saving throw, you can reroll it and use that new roll again instead. At level 10 we get our superiority die up to 1d10, and we get 2 more maneuvers, where this is really your choice here. Maneuvering attack, you can give yourself more movement speed if you want to a teammate. Feinting attack, you can use both your action and bonus action, deal an attack with advantage. So that's good if you want to waste your bonus action, but we do have uses for our bonus action. So distract your target, giving advantage on the next attack roll, that could be a decent one. Pushing attack, also with a pushback, is pretty decent. So it's again your choice for this here. Just anything with sweeping attack or commander strike is typically best choice. And at level 11 we get our extra attack, so this is 3 attacks. This is where we're going to stop with the fighter. Another feat is nice, but we can actually add in some very strong things. So next is the Barbarian. So we get the Rage, which will deal additional 2 damage. If we're wearing heavy armor, we don't get the additional damage, but we can actually, since we put our dexterity high, we will get more damage from just wearing medium armor, and there's a really great choice for that. So we also can go with unarmored defense, adding constitution modifier to armor class, which is also really nice. Your choice at this point what you want to go with. So adding in the Barbarian there. At Barbarian level 2 you get yourself Danger Sense, giving an advantage on dexterity saving throws against trap spells and surfaces, so just further increasing our damage resistance here, so that's really nice. Dexterity saving throws are things like Fireball, so somewhat common. You also get the Reckless attack. Until your next turn, you have advantage on attack rolls, but enemies have advantage against you. It's okay if you want to use Great Weapon Master, but level 3 subclass. Berserker's nice. Skull Collector Barbarian's pretty cool. That's a mod. We're actually going to go with the Wild Heart because there's a huge benefit to this. The Bearheart, you can use Unrelenting Ferocity to heal, but the big one here is you have resistance to all damage except psychic damage, giving us a massive boost to our damage negation. The only things that will typically use psychic damage are the Githyanki and the Mind Flayers, so it's not something we have to worry about often because, yeah, we're going to maximize our defensiveness. I also like the Tiger one here. This does weapon damage at 3 targets and makes them bleed, but this typically is a little bit stronger if we go higher in the level, so Bearheart for huge survivability just gives us a bunch more benefit here. Now the next one we're going to add in, you can go with the Ranger or the Rogue. The reason we're going to add in the Rogue, you do get the sneak attacks, but these are only available to finesse weapons, which if you're using a greatsword, not ideal. But Valar Alluve is great because you can use that with a shield and get sneak attacks, so that's nice. We also get our bonus action dash, disengage, and hide. And we get a third we can choose another subclass. The Thief for the extra bonus action is nice. However, we also get the Sanguine Stalker. But Assassin, this is what's huge. So you're deadliest against unprepared enemies. In combat, you have an advantage on attack rolls against targets that have not taken a turn yet. An attack against a surprise creature is a critical hit. And the Assassin's Alacrity, quick as an alley cat in a dark rainy city, you automatically restore your action and bonus action at the start of combat. So when you start combat by fighting someone, you get it back to fight again. And we got 3 actions per attack, so that's pretty nice. Now level 4, I would recommend actually just not taking that and going with the Ranger. This seems silly with many multi-classes, but you're going to see why. For this, you can go with Bounty Hunter, I guess, is a good choice. Beast Tamer to get yourself a fine familiar can be good because you can take a Raven and that's going to help out, but also going with fire or cold damage resistance when we're not in our wild shape form or our rage form is nice, but we're going to go with the Beast Tamer just because being able to blind a target is really useful. Level 2, we get ourselves a couple spells. Ensnaring Strike, even taking Absorb Elements is nice because you can absorb an elemental damage type and then deal additional damage back to the enemy. This is, of course, if you got Mistress Spells mod, so if you don't, the best choice would be Ensnaring Strike and probably Fog Cloud, honestly, because you can hide yourself in this and it's just good. You can dip in and out of it. Also, Long Strider is good, so if you don't want to go into Ensnaring Strike, you can go with Long Strider because this does use your action and your bonus action and requires concentration. Fog Cloud just for the extra stealth, I guess, but Long Strider is really nice and Absorb Elements, so you got the choice, that, Fog Cloud, Ensnaring Strike, you name it. We also get a fighting style, so you can take something like Archery, giving you increased ranged weapon damage, or Dueling if you want to deal additional damage with the shield. So whatever you choose there, if you want to go with Valar Alluve and a shield, you can go that route. And for our final level, we're going to take the Gloomstalker Ranger because we get ourselves an extra attack on the first turn of combat. We get an additional movement speed. This all pairs really well with the Assassin because we can attack, get additional damage, and then we also get this additional attack. We get a +3 bonus to initiative. Movement speed increases 3 meters in the first turn of combat. Dark Vision, this is kind of an overlap, but we do get Umbral Shroud there and Disguise Self, which can be a nice spell. We can take the Fog Cloud there. But basically, we're going to have huge first turn Nova damage, which you'll see. Now, for gear, we got a few options. We have an incredible 29 armor class with this, but that's not true. We're going to put on, there's a couple great options. So you can, initially, I think the best choice for this is the Armor of Agility. So set our armor class to 27, that's with the +5 from Dexterity. Ring of Protection, Cloak Protection, Evasive Shoes, and then defense here. But you can also go with an option like the Wave Mother's Robe or the Vest of Soul Rejuvenation, because this will add our Constitution to our armor class, so you're going to get a similar armor class out of this. And yeah, that is honestly not a bad choice if you want to go with something like that. So the Vest of Soul Rejuvenation, typically for a monk, but whenever you succeed a saving throw, you'll get healing and +2 to armor class. Wave Mother's Robe is available too, but it's only 26 armor class, so yeah, you can sneak around in this. It's your choice. Armor of Agility will also work with your rage, so it's entirely up to you. Having this high of Dexterity and Constitution with the Constitution Amulet just makes this a better choice. If you're not using Constitution Amulet, use the medium armor, but this one is pretty fun. Helldusk Gloves for additional fire damage on our attacks, and then also Mask of Soul Perception for a +2 to attack rolls, initiative, and perception checks. And in addition, we also have Killer Sweetheart for a critical hit, Ring of Protection there. Baldur's Giant Slayer. So on a hit, double the damage from your strength modifier. This weapon grants you advantage on attack rolls against large, huge, or gargantuan enemies. And we can also use the Giant's form, so that is another fun benefit of this. For 10 turns, you can become huge. But there's also another choice here we could go with. Sharp Spear of the Evening is always a good choice, and if you go with this, you can wear light armor, and you can wear something like, so if we went this route, you'd want to wear the ballast armor, because piercing damage will get doubled when you're near targets, so that's really great. Your armor class becomes 24, which is not as good, but it's strong. So this also gives you immunity to blindness, so that can be really useful. There's another choice here. We could go with something like the Falar Aluv, especially early game. That's going to be the best weapon choice for us. So this gives you the Shrieking Sword, and then with this we can also use a shield and give us a 30 armor class. And remind you, at 30 armor class, we're also having all damage types against us. And with this, too, we can do sneak attacks with the finesse weapon. So that is pretty fun, because typically we don't normally have that ability. We have the ability to hide and then go in and do our sneak attacks. So that'd look like, because we'll just, I guess we don't have advantage here, but if you're able to sneak and successfully sneak, we're not very successful because we have a lot of eyes on us. But basically, you're going to sneak and then do a sneak attack with this. So, yeah, there's a few choices depending on if you want a high armor class or not. But that is that for the gear. Now, when we go into a combat encounter, we're going to want to be in our rage form as early as possible. I'll lose our Bloodborne Hunter and Master Chief there, and we'll go out into a combat encounter. What's strong about this is we have a huge armor class. We got lots of ways to heal and sustain ourselves. We also got our rage form. We also got stealth. So we can go in, be stealthy, because we got a huge burst damage on our first turn. So that is typically what we want to do. And then also we got action surge so that we can literally obliterate everyone on the first turn. So using this to sneak around here. So wow. We lost our stealth. But bonus action stealth is pretty nice. So here we are. We're actually in real stealth zone. So with this, what we want to do is use our stealth to go in and attack someone with a sneak attack, because we got a weapon that allows us to sneak attack. So this unsuspecting fool right here will get the Blade of Frontiers and a big attack here. Hope maybe one shot. No, it didn't. So yeah, with this we can then go into our rage form, which will give us huge damage negation, and we surprise the enemy. So with that, we got lots of we can do a lot here. So we got our Battlemaster maneuvers, which are nice. They recharge on short rest, so don't be afraid to use them. And you can also go with a trip attack to knock them prone and then give you a sneak attack. That took them out and broke their arms through the wall. So yeah, that was good. And then we can go in, and since we got the enemy surprised, we got lots of options for attacks. So then I'll go with another trip attack here and bonk him around. Executioner. Boom. That hit pretty hard. And then we also got another attack here, so we can go with another trip attack. Hopefully knock him prone. There we go. We took him out. And then it'd also be nice to have Misty Step here, because that's going to give us a big boost to our damage. But we can also go with something like a ranged Dread Ambusher here. So that's our extra attack that deals additional damage. Critical hit. Nice. And then we got something like Disarming Strike ranged, which has a pretty great hit chance. Critical hit again, and drop their weapon. Perfect. So if you had movement speed, you could take that from them. And then we'll just go with another. They don't have an attack to disarm, so perfect. And then we can go with another ranged attack here. Bonk. That took them out. Crazy. And then if we wanted to, we could action surge and then do another 3 attacks. But we blitzed them real quick, and we can also, you can't give yourself the extra movement speed, but yeah, we're in rage, so they're surprised they didn't even get to go. Yeah, this is just a borderline unfair at this point. And then with that, oh, we don't have enough movement speed for a jump attack, but yeah, I guess we can just set up this Shrieking Song here, because we don't have any other option. They're surprised, so they lost their action. And I guess we got the, I guess I could have used the cunning action dash and made my way down there, but yeah, we'll just get up in his face. We probably shouldn't have done that, but yeah, I lost my rage there for some reason. I forget what happened, but we can just go ahead here and finish him off. The nice thing is we regain all of our abilities on short rest. So yeah, we bonked him to death. and then we can go with a short rest, and I'll do this all over again. So yeah, you can see it's a very powerful mix of abilities here. You also can go with the great sword version of this. You don't have to take the Valor Aluve weapon here. If you want, you can just go full on with a bonk sword like the Baldur's Giant Slayer. And then to set up with that, you can also go with whenever you use it, you can use the Giant's form. So that's also really fun too, because you can get additional temporary health, advantage on strength checks, saving throws, and your weapon attacks deal additional damage. So that can be really fun. So what that'll look like is we'll use our Giant's form and then go in and start a fight. We don't got sneak attacks, only ranged ones, which is fair because we don't have the ability to do that. But yeah, we can go ahead with like some disarming strikes here. So literally start combat off with a big bang here, and nice, got into a fight, and we'll attack. And that dropped their weapon too, so you can literally just go and find their sword and pick it up. I'm not sure where it went. It may have fell through the floor, but yeah, this is when we can use our action surge to be able to get a little bit extra damage. Also, menacing attack is really nice too, so we can use that to give a bit extra damage. That hit them and also damage the one right beside them. That's crazy. We probably want to go with another menacing attack on this folk here, so we'll just bonk them with that. Critical hit 59. You can see there the damage is astounding. And then we also got our Gloomstalker attack too, so that was huge. Pretty strong attacks. And then we can literally go back into combat here in a second and start that all over again. So yeah, the Gloomstalker Ranger adds a lot to this. It is just 3 levels in each, but getting Bearheart Rage and also these is really, really effective. So I guess we can just go with a short rest to be able to regain our health back and also get our superiority dies back, and then go with another menacing attack, hopefully a frighten. 35 and 6 damage, that's huge. So this hits really hard. If you got a psychic blade and you use the resonance stone, this can literally one-shot most people. So that is a fun way to go about doing it. But they are threatened and frightened. Perfect. So we got them threatened. Basically you just want to go one shot. You want to go around frightening as many targets as you possibly can. And another nice thing is, if you don't want to use, since right now if I go this far, I'm going to get the mother brain that bothers me and will make me skip action. So we can use range attacks too. I am just using one that adds fairy fire, so the Hellrider longbow gives us +3 to initiative. Also, you could use, if you want to go balls to the wall in strength, you can use the Gaunter Mail here. Give yourself Celestial Haste, and that is pretty broken. So that's another nice option. We also want to rage. I forgot to throw the rage on, but this will give us huge damage negation. We also got 244 health with 27 temporary health, so we don't have to worry about much. We're going to be pretty defensive, so you can just go around knocking weapons out of hands. That's probably our best choice for damage early on there. Bonk, we took them out, and that psychically damaged them. And what's great about this is then we got action surge to continue the carnage. So we can go with more menacing attacks here if you're not able to get the we frightened them, but we also took them out. They don't even have a weapon, so they're nothing to worry about. Yeah, we look scary right now. No one wants to mess with us. And then we got long range bow options, so we can just continue to pick away at targets if we want to. They're frightened, they don't have a weapon, so we're not too concerned about them. But you can see why this is so OP. We just took out another target. That's crazy. So they're not going to be able to even touch us. Our armor class is huge. Even with only 27 versus the 30 armor class, they're going to have a hard time hitting us. And when they do hit us, we take half damage. So I saved on Ensnaring Strike, but only took 6 damage there. They are frightened, so they're just going to throw at me and miss. Yeah, that's perfect. You can see this combines both defensive benefits and offensive benefits to create something that's pretty fun. We'll go and topple the big folk here. Big bonk. Yeah, took him out. No problemo. And then we can also, if you want, you can use elemental arrows too. My game's a little bugged whenever I do that. It won't let me actually shoot elemental arrows for whatever reason. But yeah, being able to hit them with elemental arrows would be pretty nice. That didn't work. That's okay. But we should be able to take them out with the fairy fire, give them advantage. Boom, psychic damage in the area. And then if we took some damage, we didn't really, you can also get your second win there to give yourself a little bit extra healing. Or if you need to, you can also bonus action dash and get away. So yeah, we have lots of options here if we need anything. Yeah, they're barely going to be able to touch us. Ensnaring strike can't hit. 27 armor class is huge, and we're wearing light armor. And if we get missed by an attack by a close range attacker, oh, we got command groveled. Of course we did. I hate that spell. One of my favorite spells. I hate it. But yeah, with this, we also have the riposte attack if you have any extra superiority dies. So that's really nice too. They made a mistake of running right up to me because you're going to get bonked into next Tuesday. So we got ourselves, since we don't have a sneak attack, we can just go bonk here. And really nice. That took them out. And then don't have advantage on that target. But what we can do is with this bow, we can attack once. And then, I guess we don't have advantage. Fairy fire. For some reason it didn't trigger. And bonk. That took them out. So yeah, very powerful. As you can see, this is a very strong level 20 fighter build. So if you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to request any other level 20 builds, let me know, because these are fun to build. You can solo the game with a level 20 build like this. So yeah, just breathe some new life into the same old class that we got in the game. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.